Hi guys. It has come to my attention that someone on Facebook said that I was not being truthful about Rafael getting into gifted. First of all, he's not in gifted yet. He is going to get evaluated. That's even if school comes back. Well, somebody saw the word disability in here and they said, oh, he's in special class, not gifted. And I just do not want this taken away from Rafael or marred on him in any way, so I'm going to let you read the entire thing minus the phone numbers and important information about him. So let me just let you read the entire thing because, like, there's no reason for me to lie about this. It's just any time anything good happens to anyone in my family, somebody wants to take it away. And this is something good for Rafael, so you can see the entire thing right now. This is the part where they said, oh, he has a disability, right? Yeah, he has a disability. He's autistic. However, special education and related services for any child who may be gifted and need a special program. Okay, and down here it says reason for referral. There are indications the student exhibits gifted characteristics and may need gifted services. Okay, and evaluation plan. And down here it says intellectual cognitive functions, gifted characteristics checklist scales. And this is like a sheet for an IEP, basically. And we have already done Rafael's stuff for his therapy that he gets in school. He does it in school completely 100%. There's nobody that comes out to the house. He doesn't have to go to a special facility. He does all of his therapy at school. And he gets special services. It's not a class that he goes to. He goes out of it to be with someone. The person who is going to evaluate him is a doctor. So I don't know if that is a medical doctor or a PhD that does something with the kids for this, but I had to give consent to do this testing because he's my child. So I had to go up there and do that with him. But this is a sheet that says, yes, it says disability. Rafael does have technically a disability. He is not disabled, but please don't take anything away from my kids. Like, if they're doing good in school, if they're doing good with something or anything, I want to show them off. And you're like picking on a 7-year-old boy, okay? He is gifted, period. He is a gifted child. Zeb was a gifted child as well. His IQ is extremely high. He is a genius level IQ. I don't know what IQ Rafael has until they do the testing for him. That's where Zeb was tested. He was also in gifted classes because he's a genius. He's a literal genius, okay? So this is, it says the parents of a student who may have a disability or be gifted. Okay, so it's a sheet that does everything, and then it tells specifically what this sheet is for my son. And we have already done the IEP for my son, so that's already done. But I just want to say, like, even if he was in need of like a special class for anything that he has trouble with, it would not be a big deal, and I would share that with you as well. And just there's no reason for me to even lie about it. I've told you my struggles. I've told you Rafael's struggles. Everybody has all of the information. It's like, there it is. You know what I mean? It's getting to the point where, like, everything that we say, somebody thinks that there's an agenda behind it, and that is not the case. We're just living our life. We're normal people living a life You know, maybe it's not normal to you, but it is normal to us, and we're happy and we're living a normal life. I can't explain it any other way. Anyway, our normal life, we're gonna eat some pork chops now. I got some buy one get one free pork chops quite a while ago, and we just thawed them out. We got these at Winn-Dixie, and I thought that most of the Winn-Dixies were closed. However, I found out that there are a few open, not in my direct area, but decently close, that I can go and get their buy one get one free meats, and that's a really good deal. They're basically $1 a piece. Well, I got 5 here for $4.65. Buy one get one free, so they're like 50 cents a piece when you put it that way. So I have 1 thick and 3 thin, and I'm just going to cook all of them all at once. And we're going to have dinner tonight, and then we'll eat lunch and dinner tomorrow at least, and probably another meal the next day. And my mom, when I was a kid, she was like, oh, school's out. I can't wait for you guys to go back to school, right? Well, for me, I love having my family home. I just love it. I've always loved it. And I want to spend time with them, and I want them home all the time. I mean, or, you know, us going places, but right now we're not able to go anywhere. So, yeah, I love having them home. That's my favorite thing ever, to be with my family. And some people might think that's crazy, but that's just my favorite thing ever. I love to be with my mom when I got to stay home from school, and they love to be with me. And, you know, their dad too. I mean, it was unheard of for my dad to stay home, so, because he worked. And, you know, you don't get to see your dad very much usually if he works. So it's just, we have a really unique situation right here where we work at home, and it's something that we really worked for years to be able to be stay-at-home parents right now, and still work at home so we can have an income, because we have to live. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cook. I just wanted to share that. It's really petty. It's really petty. He's 7 years old. He's doing super well. He's very advanced in several subjects, but especially math. And this is one of the subjects that they want him to get more of a head start on, because he's just sitting in class and just like, yeah, whatever, you know what I mean? And if you're good at one subject, it's going to become boring if you're not challenged in it. So they don't want that to happen to him. And they're really excited about his progress, and I thought that like everybody would be excited about his progress too. So I shared it. I don't want him to miss out on going to school. However, it looks like they're going to have virtual school for kids now. So where they're learning online, they had us fill out a survey, and I guess they're going to take the information from that. And whoever is like the majority, they're going to do that. I think the majority of people have a tablet or a computer at home or something that where they can learn from home. And I just think that's much safer right now, because it's really easy to get sick in school because of all the kids, and especially when you're young, they're all touching each other and playing, and you know, even on the playground, they're like touching each other, and just it's better for them to learn at home right now while this is going on. And I've heard from doctors who make videos, this is probably going to peak around July, and it's going to be here all year. And there was another like famous scientist, I can't remember his name offhand, but we listen to him a lot of his podcasts, especially the kids love him, and he has a show about the earth, and they watch that. Well, he was talking about it, and he brought up some pretty scary but important points about what's going on right now. So we're just going to take it one day at a time. We're hopefully not going to leave the house for another month. I told my mom not to leave, but she has been leaving. So, I mean, hopefully we don't run, the only thing that we could run out of right now is probably milk, and I have evaporated milk in the cabinet. So we have like 2 entire gallons of milk. I have these right now. So I have that, and I have a half a gallon, and like I have 3 other more of those, and I've got regular milk and lactose-free milk, and I have 2 cans of evaporated milk, so I'm hoping that we will have enough. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the stove on and get to cooking. Probably gonna have some broccoli with it. Actually, we might. I think I'm gonna make some cauliflower rice, because I got some the other day. It was buy one get one free at Winn-Dixie too. Whenever I went to Winn-Dixie last, I think that was about a month ago when Hadar went up to Gainesville with his friends. We stopped there with the snow. When the kids played with the snow at the library, that's when we went. So that was quite a while ago, a couple months ago. I did do a cleaning video from when we came home, and I had to unpack and do all that stuff and wash clothes, lots of clothes. So I'm working on that one right now. Today I did a lot of work outside of YouTube and outside of the house, so I haven't vlogged all day. I'm not even sure what Hadar and the kids did today all day, but I did a lot of work not here. So I wonder if I should put butter. What do you put in your riced cauliflower if you're on keto and you have riced cauliflower instead of regular rice? Do you put anything on it, or just like salt and pepper? I think salt and pepper would be just fine, actually. I'm going to cook the thin ones first, and then I'm going to leave the thick ones on and walk away and do something else, because I have still more stuff to do at the house that I wasn't able to get to today. These are going to be so good. I just like going and getting 1 or 2 and having a meal just out of that. Not even microwaving it. Just eating it right out of the fridge. I'm a very big snacker, and that could be very bad. When you're trying to lose weight, you're not supposed to like graze all day, and that's something that I get stuck in doing. Like I'll just go and I'll eat like a protein bar, or I'll drink a protein shake, and that fills me up for a little while, you know, but then I go back after a couple hours and I have something else. Or some days I don't eat anything at all. So my eating, that's like number one thing that I would like to eventually get just to be normal. Not even, I don't know, like a normal person. I want to stay like on a healthy diet, and I want to always do keto, but I also want to eat regular food sometimes too, you know, and that's what I tried to do when I set out to lose weight in the beginning. Was just have a day where I can act like I'm a normal person and go to like Shabbat dinner and eat regular food. Oh, that's another thing. We used to have a lot of wine bottles. We used to take every other weekend 2 bottles of wine to Hadar's dad and stepmom to Shabbat dinner. We used to go twice a month, so that's 4 bottles a month. So if you saw bottles of wine rotate out, that's why. I don't drink. I maybe drink once a year, and for the past 3 or 4 years, it's probably been like twice in that entire time. I just don't drink. I don't enjoy falling asleep. Especially don't like wine. It tastes very rotten to me. Hadar drinks wine at dinner, you know. He's fine with that. He'll drink a beer every once in a while, you know. And then, like, my dad came over and he drank beers with us, you know. Just probably like twice on cookout and stuff. And that's fun. That's basically the socializing that we do, except we're not doing it now. But yeah, I really don't like the feeling of tiredness. It is one of my least favorite feelings because I have felt it for so many years, and I want more energy. That's like, energy is the key to life, because without energy you can't do anything. And for a very long time I was sick and I had no energy at all, and I'm just getting back to where I feel normal on most days, and that's incredible to me. And I just want to reiterate, so it's not taken out of context or anything, Rafael we are very proud of because of his achievement. Had he been going into a class where he needed a little extra help, like a disability class, that would be okay too. It's not like that is going to define his whole life, you know what I mean? It is just a jump start for him, and if he needed classes for disability as well, then that would be a jump start for him too, because it's all special help for their selected issue or situation. So whatever my kids do, I'm gonna be proud of, and whatever their IQ is, I'm gonna be proud of. When I say Zeb has a genius IQ, it's just like, I'm shocked because, well, I'm not really shocked. He's incredibly intelligent. I'm just shocked because I personally am not, extremely smart. I am in a few subjects. I'm super proud. I'm their mother, and regardless of what their IQ is or what placement they get in school, I'm going to be proud of them, and I'm going to be happy for them, and I'm going to root for them. When Zeb, this also makes it such a big deal. When Zeb was little, 5 years old, they wanted to put him in special classes. What good would it have been for him to be in that class because of his behavior? His behavior was kind of super bad. It was climbing the walls, basically. He went to a behavioral school to get evaluated to see if they would actually take him and help him. He had autism, and nobody knew how to deal with it back then, It was like a new thing. Asperger's was a new thing that they were dealing with, and it just so happened to be a lot of people were diagnosed with it from then until now. A lot more people, because they have more information on it. They know more about it. Girls still fall through the cracks because girls show Asperger's specifically differently than boys do. So back then they didn't really know much about it. I had to pick Zeb up every day at noon. They were done. They said, come and get him. And I pretty much had an emotional breakdown in the class and talking to the teacher and the principal, and was like, I can't do this, He has to go to school. So I kept him home for a month. I got my attack plan ready, and he was able to go back to school. And when he went back to school, eventually got into gifted classes. So tell me, what good would it have done for him to be in a class where he wouldn't have learned beyond what he already knew? It wouldn't have been any good. So I fought for him to not go to that class because I knew that he had a high IQ. I knew he was very intelligent. He was reading at 3, books. So, and I didn't even know he could read. He just started reading one day to a little girl that came to our house, and I was like, what are you doing? It was just amazing. And I really had to fight for him. And I'm glad that I did, and he did eventually get into gifted classes, which was like, not vindication, but like, vindication. I'm gonna get my cauliflower. Okay. Come on, kitty. Alright. Say hello to my little friend. Hello to my little friend. Hi.
Hi.
Alright, I have the last batch cooking now. I wanted to share with you what, she got paper on her, what that reminded me of. One time I made a YouTube video and I was just talking about my weight loss, and I was saying like how bad I was doing at it because I was really struggling. It was right after I had Rafael, I think, and it was like I was depressed, and I was going through some stuff because I just had a baby and I was in a different country and I was just missing my family and yada yada. Rafael or Zeb had went back to America after 3 years of living in Israel. He had just went back, and I was like, it's just so sad. And I had made a video just saying I'm struggling with weight loss, and then a girl, she totally, I don't know what went on, but she totally took that video and thought that I was talking about her. And I think sometimes when you watch somebody and like maybe they have something that you want, or maybe you think that they have something and you think it's unfair that they have it, and it's basically jealousy. There's no other word for it. Envy. It's very bad. The Bible tells you it's very bad. And when it's normal to have these feelings though. So when you feel those feelings, you shouldn't snap at somebody and be like, well, you don't deserve that because you're yada yada. That you have not specifically worked the way that person has. Like, we can take any other successful vlogger right now, other than me, because I am not successful. I set out to do a certain thing and I did it, and it's okay. I didn't aim very high, and if I wanted to aim very high, I would have to work much, much harder, and I'm only one person. So for me to look at somebody who has 1 million subscribers and they get 100,000 views every video, that is not realistic for me to be envious of that. So sometimes I do have to check myself. I think, I don't know. When I knew I would lose friends when I lost weight. I knew I would. And I was really hoping that I wouldn't, because my mind hasn't changed. Like, I still feel that I weigh 170 pounds more than I do right now in my mind. And I still am probably always going to be a fat girl in my mind. I'm probably always going to love to eat and love food. And, nothing's really changed. I'm not like looking down on people who are bigger than me. It's not like that. And I knew that when I started like buying clothes and feeling good about myself and just doing things that I'd never done before, or that I didn't have confidence to do or didn't have the ability to do because I was big and pretty much disabled, when I started doing that stuff, I knew that I would lose friends. And I knew that people would change their perspective of me, even though I haven't really changed as a person. I'm like still the same person. I'm the same person now that I was when I was a teenager, except for I have more experiences. So I know what not to do in a lot of situations, and some situations I still don't know yet because I'm still growing and learning about things. So it's people's perception of you. And then they expect too much, I think, sometimes. Like they expect me to be skinny right now, right? So they actually get mad at me that I'm not skinny. And I'll never be skinny. I don't have that body type to do that. I'm literally not physically able to ever be skinny. So without surgery. So that's not something that's attainable to me. So I also don't envy it. I'm not, well, I mean, yeah, I would love to, but I know it's not something that'll ever happen for me. So I'm not inspired by looking at very thin women or people who are able to do more things than me, or people who have more money than me, or whatever, I can relate to people who are like me, who, yeah, that's going to be hard for you. You know, if you have my body type and you're 5'0" like I am, that's going to be hard for you to lose weight. So I'd rather support people who are like me or who actually want to support each other than to try to achieve something that's not achievable. I don't know if I'm making any sense. I know that people who have lost weight, a significant amount of weight, 100 pounds or more, depending on how big you are, like 100 pounds could be the size of a person. So some people, you know, they can only lose 10 pounds because they weigh 110 pounds or whatever. But yeah, if you've lost a significant amount of weight for your body, you probably know what I'm talking about, and you can understand what I mean. And I'm sure that you have had friends who really didn't want you to get better in your life. They wanted you to stay stuck in a place of non-growth, basically. And I feel like a lot of people online, they do watch our videos and they do feel invested in me particularly because I have lost weight, and maybe they have like some weight that they're trying to lose too, and they see that I haven't lost all of my weight after it's been like 2.5 years now, and they see that I haven't lost all of my weight, and they're like, what are you doing? And then they like take very bad angles of me, and they're like, see, you've gained weight, you're just as fat as you ever was. And that's not true, because I'm wearing clothes that I have never worn before, ever. And well, since high school. I'm saying as an adult, I have never been this size ever, and it feels really good. I haven't hit 199 yet. That is a big goal for me, but it's hard for me to lose weight right now. I hope that someday soon that I will be able to hit the 199 goal, so I could say that I made it into the hundreds. But I'm not there yet, but I'm not far away. So I just need to buckle down and get to it. This has been a very long talk. I probably have to flip the meat and feed everyone now because it's getting late. So I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting us. If you have any bad feelings towards me, I'm sorry that you do. I'm sorry for whatever I did to you that makes you have bad feelings to me. I wish that you didn't. And I was actually thinking of maybe having some time where we could start over. You don't like getting petted now? So maybe one day we can start over. We'll see. I don't know if Kitty would allow that. She's looking like she's saying no. I petted her just a little too much. She's too sensory right now. All right, so I really do mean that. If I've hurt your feelings in any way or made you feel a certain way, I'm sorry. And I'm going to go feed my kids now. And I hope that you start watching us again and start having better feelings towards us. Or if you don't, then I just hope that you have better feelings. So I'll see you later. Have a good night. See you tomorrow.
Come on in, or make yourself at home here.
So where did you go?
To the beach. What did I say would happen after we got back from vacation? So what do you think that I did? I bought Minecraft.
Let me play it, please. Please.